Alright, let's try this again. Holy crap. Oh, I think it's working. I don't know. I'm sure I'll have somebody messaging me and yelling at me if it's not, but let's see. Come on. Tell me you're working. Latency shouldn't be that bad. Unless it is that bad. Holy crap, what is my internet right now? Anyways, if anyone's tuning in to watch, I much appreciate you. For now, I am just going to start drawing because that was the whole point of all this. I just wanted to work on my drawing. And to start this off, I want to fix all this crap up here because that is working way worse than I remember it looking. Much more. Just kind of going in. Fix that like this. If we can get the eyebrow just a touch thinner. And then I can probably go in on this layer. Just up. Oh, that is not quite right. Do one smooth like that. No. Smudge. Now I can pull that smudge out so that it kind of blends like that. Ooh, not like that though. Just something that. Ooh, that's big. It just bring it as a highlight that I was meaning to throw there anyways. Pull the eraser. That was not the eraser. Eraser. Get rid of that. Ooh, never mind. I need to turn that off. And go in like this. So far, I have not had this stream load at all on my end. Just kind of concerning. It should just be streaming to the one. Yeah, it has it that it is streaming. Let's try this. There we go. Now I can kind of see. Hopefully it's going somewhat good. Alright, I was told I need to fix these eyes a little bit. And I intend to. I just don't know if that's what I'm going to work on right now. Actually, I think what I'm going to work on right now is this. It seems my tablet does not like multi-streaming. This kind of sucks because getting discovered on YouTube is absolutely awful, but streaming on Twitch, honestly, it's also pretty awful. I think we can all collectively agree that Twitch is somewhat dying. Just gonna take and tidy that up a little bit. So yeah, this is the piece that I've been working on as of late. It's a commission for a lovely young lady. Wanted a poster. No, I don't typically do a lot of work like that. I mean, I'm down to draw just about anything, but when you're drawing posters, especially for like the size you wanted, there's a lot of detail that you have to throw in there. It ends up being a lot of work. Just because as you blow the image up, it's obviously easier to see more things. And I do apologize if you guys get dizzy or something from me constantly spinning the canvas. I can't help it. It's just what my brain does. It just goes, ooh, helicopter, helicopter. Not really my idea of fun, but I can't help it. For some reason, when I'm thinking, my brain just goes, yes, let's just spin the canvas over and over again until you load what you were thinking about. And my style here, as y'all can probably tell, is exceptionally sloppy. I don't really follow a guideline or anything. I kind of just guess and hope for the best, which I kind of wonder if more artists do that, or if it's just me. Like, am I the only artist out there that just kind of guesses and hopes for the best? So I guess there was that one comic dude who got like really famous, and all of his proportions are just absolutely whack. Make no sense, but it doesn't matter because he just drew for the factor of cool. He did like this one of Captain America where it's just so anatomically incorrect that it's not even funny. Like pure comedy, actually. I say it's not even funny, but it was pure comedy looking at it. But people loved it. Could not get enough of his art. Actually, can't go in and erase that part. I have to fix right here. That. Go in, clean up that line. I would say shading is one of the most fun and most boring parts of art, somehow at the exact same time. Just because, I mean, you're doing the same, like watching it, it's not visually interesting. When I'm sitting here doing it, this is super interesting for me because I have to kind of figure out how all the colors are supposed to work together. But I imagine watching it, it just looks like me staring at a canvas for solid 5 minutes and then just going, oh yeah, and putting one single stroke on the magic one and done. As I slowly adjust how I'm sitting in hopes of being able to draw a little bit better. I guess not draw a little bit better. Oh no, a drink. It's so far away. Anyways, let's see. I don't typically draw like this, like sitting down. I'm typically very lounged. It's actually how I do everything. Contort myself into different shapes and then wonder why I have back pain later. It's like, why sit normally when instead I can fold myself into a fucking pretzel? Because pretzels are fun. But believe it or not, it's exceptionally hard to talk with any kind of volume when you are folded into a pretzel. I don't know how the contortionists do it, but I am no contortionist. Go in here like this, and just gonna, no, not like that, like that. And then I can kind of smooth that line off, but I kind of want to make this line pop up like that. No, it doesn't quite look right. Swoop, swoop, and then go in and kind of erase it till it's more what I want. I know there's going to be some digital artists just absolutely clowning on me for doing this stuff like this, but it's how I do it. I don't know how to use the fancy tools, I just know how to draw. That's why these things take me so long. Like, I've been working on this 12 hours at this point. I'll just load the speed paint after I'm done, but 12 hours because I refuse to learn how to use, like, any quick tools. I'm too lazy. I look at them, I'm like, I don't know what buttons you're trying to make me press, but I don't think they were meant to be pressed like that. Instead, I'm going to sit here and hand draw every tiny piece, well, except for the designs on the clothes. I just threw a cloth thing over that and tried bending them in a somewhat reasonable manner. I think I still have to do all the shading on tattoos and jewelry. Which I know what you're thinking. Like, there's no tattoos. That's my point. I still have to throw tattoos on here. Let's see. Oh, the cloth looks sufficiently ruffled at the bottom there and a little bit smoother at the top. Because I believe underneath there it would be a little bit more bunched up, a little more smooth at the top, maybe around the waist, stay like that. I think the cloth looks good. It might be me snorting some heavy copium, but I think that's actually, let's not go in with the eraser, go in with this. Just make, no, make a little shadow. And pop around like this, like this, and then go over here like this. Very nice, very nice. Now, what am I thinking of next? Oh, other than popping my back. Good lord. Already stiff. I don't know if I want to do jewelry next or if I want to do tattoos next. I might do tattoos. Yeah, 'cause the skin is already shaded where I want it to be. So I want to throw this on, throw it above everything else. That way I can see where I sketched out the tattoos. And then I will do them on no there. Let's drop this down to 60 again. Yeah, let's do 65. Also, I know everyone is probably hating on these layers right here since none of them are labeled or named. It's a process, and I shall do this process. If you see with my sketch overlaid, I mostly just traced my sketch. That is how I do these. I don't like sketching in digital. I like sketching in physical. So I kind of just do the physical sketch and then finish it off in digital. But you'll see that in this corner down here, I increased that hip size because it wasn't quite symmetrically lining up where I wanted it. But the rest of them, looking fine, looking Gucci in fact. No, I think I'm just going to do the tattoos in black, but not that with a dip pen. What about dip pen bleed? Alright. Dang, that's not turning up at all. How about like this? Oof. I don't like it that big. I don't know if I like this pen, but kind of hoping that the rough edges will give it more of a tattoo look. Let's say, first off, let's turn down your opacity even more. Like that. And go back to 65. Let's make this 75. Then go in, show them the right one. Yeah. Go in and just. That might work. Because it should brighten up just a touch after I take that top layer off. I don't know how much this touch is, but it should. And I can always change the opacity of it from there. Go in, just kind of fill in some of that. Because then I have to do all that tattoo work. Someday I'll learn how to do tattoos myself. Today is not that day, but at least I draw them. in my mind. Not bad. Drawing female characters is not really my thing. I draw a lot of men. That's kind of like where my comfort zone is. Draw the men. You just gotta make them look bulky and brutish, and then everyone loves them. Like, oh my gosh, it's such a man. The girls, you have to sit there and think about delicacy and curves, and I'm like, I don't understand the curves. It makes me feel yucky drawing the curves. Now, this is a very simplistic rose, will fully admit, but I wasn't trying to go over complicated on the tattoos. I just wanted them to look like tattoos, and that would suit my purposes just fine. Yeah, I drew this concept sketch like last month. The concept sketch only took like 2-3 hours, which for some artists that's a really long time. For me, that's not such a long time. If I'm like going full blown on piece, like with my joking art, yeah, that's a super long time. Because whenever I'm just kind of messing around, that art goes so fast, it's not even funny. Like, I'll go from a simple, like, couple circles on a page to all of a sudden, got a full digital piece done. And that's my goofing around art, but when I'm actually paid to do something, all of a sudden I'm like, I need it to be perfect. It needs to be exactly how the person wants it to be and not a single speck out of place. Even though my last commission, I took it all the way done with it, doing all this fancy stuff and whatever, and bam, there was a single hair out of place. I kid you not like a joking, like, and we're back. Because for some reason, my tablet refuses to keep streaming. It would rather just hate me. Anyways, as I was saying, when somebody pays for something, you want to make sure that they like it and that it was worth the money they spent on it. That can be rather difficult. Welcome back. As I was saying, rather difficult. So, you kind of just over criticize every single element that you do until you get to some point. Let's see. There might be one. And that one, well, yeah. I don't know if Geo has a handle on that yet. Sorry, go on mute mic for a sec. One down. Alright, people, I am back. Sorry about that. My manager walked in with a bunch of questions. And we're back. Alright. As I was saying before, so rudely interrupted. Avoiding doing the hair right now. Because it is just not the move. Tried doing it and I fucked it up bad. Yes, they're doing a white issue. Let's look at doing a pink. Nice and close there. Up, that, down. That. And then go around over here. Up, round, and down. No. Down. And go like that. Up there like that. Then follow this curve. Hold that down. That will make that obvious that it has to change in elevation. Going here. And like that. Put it down. Oh, might be a little too poppy for the blood. especially compared to how dark the rest of the piece is. Probably just go into some crimson, try adjusting that. But first, time for white. Put that in there. It's not under. No, it's under the blue filter. Block that out. And I'm just going with this. And I'll highlight there. Just gonna try to make it look like somewhat liquidy. This is what I meant when I was talking about not drawing like any kind of purpose, like out of knowledge, but just drawing for the sake of drawing. I'm like, yeah, I can draw. If by draw you mean randomly guess at where things go and kind of hope it turns out looking good. Because believe it or not, that works a lot of the time. You don't have to necessarily be an expert at something. You just have to understand, like, what parts you like. You can be really terrible at things, but so long as you understand, like, especially if it's designing stuff for other people, if you understand what kind of pops to the eyes, like, that obviously doesn't look very blood-like, but it really pops out. Like, looking at that, it's just like, wow. And, you know, that means something, having it pop out like that. And then what I want to do is go deeper crimson red. Kind of just follow that hairline all the way down that. Really create that shadow. The shadow and the warp. And pops the end like this. Bring that up just a hair. Go under here and throw in a shadow there. No, do not change the color on me. Thank you. Then going over here and throw where that shadow would be down there. Again, I'm just going to go in and create these deeper sections. Now, do I think those are like the exact spot those shadows go? Hell nah. I am pretty sure I have those beyond wrong, but that's half the adventure. Just going in and throwing things places and kind of praying that it works. Because what I plan to do after, get kind of all of this sorted, the colors in the general area where I want them, I'm going to take and hit with a blur brush. Kind of blur out those edges. I feel like that's kind of where I want things. So I should be able to just kind of go in and like make it. That does not leave the edges how I want them though. So, okay, I have to be a little bit more careful with the blur brush, but I'm going with this blur brush and just kind of smudge that so that it looks a little bit more liquidy, a little bit more of a smooth color. Hopefully. Give it a little bit of transparency, a little bit of a liquidy vibe. Or, completely fuck it up. That's an option as well, but I'm choosing to ignore that option for now. And just say that it's going to. More that liquidy vibe. Move it all together. Leave the edges alone because I want those edges to be more clean. There we go. It's a little bit bright, but what can you do? Now, this hair, as I said before, this hair is what absolutely terrifies me because hair is complicated. That was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. Yeah. Throw it in like this. Honestly, if I remember hair at all, which I do not. 1, 2, Oh, I still need to do shadows on that headband too. Yeah. What I want to do is kind of just go in and give the hair little strands like that. Certain spots. Little highlights. Make them kind of smooth. This is the word. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, see? Let's start adding more flowiness, more shape to it. And we definitely need that shape because it is something else. If anyone has never tried drawing hair, I would not recommend it because it is so easy to just screw it up entirely. It's one of those spots where you can add too much detail way too quickly and it'll bog down your whole drawing because you kind of want it to have a consistent amount of detail for the whole thing. That's what's going to give it your drawing cohesion. If you keep the level of detail that you have consistent, then when you look at the drawing, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's cool looking. But the second you start adding way too much detail to things, or just even a little bit too much, it doesn't even have to be way too much, just a little too much detail, then all of a sudden your lack of detail in other spots starts looking patchy rather than cool. Because I am a big fan of kind of just low detail stuff. Like let your brain, the powerful tool that it is, let it fill in the details. You don't have to sit there telling it exactly what to see. Because the more you tell it how to see, the less people actually interpret. Now, obviously, that's kind of like the whole point of Impressionism. Vincent van Gogh's glorious art. It's very much the, ooh, let them kind of get the vibe of what it's supposed to be. But I don't do Impressionism. I kind of feel like it takes it just a step too far of let people decide what they want to see out of it. Like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I've seen some really cool ones, but I would rather direct my viewers just a little bit more. I'd rather them see what I'm trying to show them rather than have to scramble through the dark guessing what I'm trying to show them. Okay, is that too much? No, that looks rather hair-like. Go in here. They're not. This hair up here is going to be exceptionally difficult. So I have to figure out where it's actually going. Boom, 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 boom. Like that. And go up here and kind of just boom. Do a really long one. Closer one. And kind of just hope that. Okay, yeah, that looks somewhat like that parting line for the hair. Just going here like this. Boom. Come across the top like that, and that, and that. And go across. Make it look like it's some nice black hair with some good highlights in it. Thin, wispy strokes. Take this, boom, boom, boom. And kind of trying to take these lines and make them intersect at some points. That way it gives the vibe of the hair overlapping. There we go. That's not too shabby. Let's go real quick and throw those lines in there. And we can go down here. Wow. Really just seeing like sticking up a little bit with that nice thicker highlight at the top. And down here, really just. And this is one of those things that you can so quickly screw up the hair, especially when you're all zoomed in and working like this, because you can't see what the overall impression on the image is. And since you're already adding so much little detail, you can quickly turn into a really shitty image. Like, oh wow, that's great, but maybe let's not have so many highlights visible in the hair. That was really the only way to do black hair. Some people take it even a step further and just like blotches of white in it. So I consider doing that, and I still might do that for this, but I want to try out this sort of wispiness first. I can't give it a nice shine. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to try phasing out those white highlights as soon as I get like closer underneath that neck there. I don't want it to be like an abrupt stop, but I want them to lessen that way. You know, it gives proper depth. As that was bad. As the shadows increase closer around underneath the neck, you're not going to see that as much, and it's going to look much more like a solid black. It's just out here. It's going to take and be less solid. You're going to get more highlights because it's getting more light on it. I'll just go in and start towards that fading. That was too straight. Down, down. Just a few more of these scattered hairs in here, just to make sure it doesn't look flat. Oh, my back. And go on like this. Bring these highlights nice and down. And those ones, those highlights should be a little more prominent right here. And then they're gonna fade underneath there initially, or really strong off the top. Pull. And up here. Now I know I keep saying pull. I don't know what that means, but in my mind it makes sense. It's like, yes, I'm going to take this line and I'm going to pull it this way, and then I'm going to pull it that way. And in the end, we're going to have something amazing and fantastic, and definitely not absolutely crappy. So I just go in, I'm just going in and attacking like that. And boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna fade off towards there. Okay. Yeah, I think that hair looks pretty good. I don't think it's perfect, but it looks pretty good. The tattoos, on the other hand, oh, I gotta do something about those. Big stretch. Let's see. I guess it's time to go back to that tattoo work. Which is all done. Look. Let's do hard. I can do this one. Airbrush. Mm. So I want those lines to be a bit ragged, a little bit blown out. I almost want it to be up in the air, whether it's a tattoo or a birthmark, kind of. I don't know, I feel like it'll look good like that. But I'm questioning. I feel like it should be a little bit darker. We'll see after it's done. Since I made those lines ragged, I can't really just do a bucket to fill them. I have to go in individually like this. Just kind of color them in, which might be a good thing. I still have to make some more decisions on them. Pop in there. Go like that. Yeah, see that cut off line looks good on the normal skin, but I don't. Well, actually, can I put it above it? I can. Okay, that looks better. Going like this. Just fill it in. I need to figure out how I'm going to do like a voiceover on the speed draw version of this. Forget what I want to talk about. Honestly, thinking I'll just rant about Cyberpunk or something. Something I know I can just rant hours about. But then again, I might talk about the drawing process, but we've kind of all seen how that's going here. Trying to rant about that drawing process. But who knows? Maybe it'll go better this time. Maybe I'll be able to figure out some magical way to rant, because I do not have the secret sauce to talking. Typically, when I'm drawing, I shut up and I sit down and draw. Usually stay pretty grumpy, but I've been working on being grumpy while drawing. It's just hard. When I concentrate, I just go grumpy. I guess it's easier when I'm just doing the coloring part of it, because this is just a glorified coloring book at this point. I get that glorified digital coloring book. I still have not gotten my PNG model where I want it, which I might do that next. Work on getting him in a good spot. Which I think he looks great. I mean, y'all could tell me if you think he doesn't, but he looks pretty good. Nice, clean lines, simplistic. You kind of see him and go, oh yeah. But It could look better. See, I know that interrupted. I was streaming Generation Zero, and so during that time, it was when Cold War released, Call of Duty Cold War, or at least I don't know if it was like exactly when it released. It was somewhere around that time because I put up a notification saying coming soon, streaming Cold War with the boys, and I in fact never streamed Cold War with the boys. That notification just chills there, and I don't think I have access to that account anymore. I mean, I might have access to it somewhere. Probably guess my way into it, but that was with oh, I went to that black. Thank you very much. I forgot that it does that. That was using a face cam and all that. And I think I'd rather use a PNG model just because it gives me a little bit more creative license. Not scared to show my face, I just want that creative license. I want to be able to kind of adjust my character how I want it, make it look how I want it, fit that vibe. Don't want to have to like dress up in silly outfits and stuff. Oh, that kind of looks shitty. Boom, boom. Really go in, and go in like this. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that star tattoo down there. These ones look great. Let's hang out that. I wouldn't say look great. I'm sure I could design them to look a little bit better, but they look okay. Definitely not going to win any prizes for them, but I think for what I'm going for. So as I said, I really want that kind of like rough tattoo look. Like it's supposed to be a goddess, but I'm kind of going for that like forsaken goddess, if you will. I don't want them looking perfect. I want them to look a little bit uncanny. Just uncanny is not the vibe. A little bit rough. Like not something you would see and go, oh my gosh, I just need it, but something you would see and you might stop to think a little bit. I'd say almost don't look like tattoos. Almost look like something different. How's it going? That really. Are they not in the transition log? Is it not in the cabinet where it goes? It's the green book in the cabinet. Yep. Go in like this. Poor day, dude. Well, they are alive. Later. Because we are getting closer to that time. It's like we'll have a few more minutes on stream here, but I'm gonna have to end soon. I want to try getting all these tattoos done first. Uh, there. Kind of just put it more closer as an implied shape rather than a actual one. Mostly because I'm too lazy to fully sketch that out. Yeah. Elephant and pride. Around, around, down, dip. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And go up here. Around. Let's get this for one more erased done. Tattoos on that part of your wrist are weird. Because I don't think they hurt more. They just change. Like the kind of pain it is just kind of changes into something else. I like to describe it as going from like a horizontal pain. It goes, instead of going side to side, it goes vertically up and down the arm. But that's just me. Thinking about what I'll post this with when it's done. Now that I think about it, most of my poster work has been paid, or most of my paid work has been poster designs, paintings, things like that. Had a couple paid tattoo commissions, but mostly it's just people want something fancy, typically to endorse their business. Yes. Let's see what we're looking at. I still don't like the one on that leg. Where's one to fix that though? Could just look at the whole thing and see what little things catch my eye. The one leg. I don't know why, but it looks weird to me. It's not the same as all the others. Alright. That's where we're going to end today, though. It was a shorter one, but I got started later. Alright, well, have a good day.